Hello, 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 everybody. Did you miss me? I missed you. It's so lovely to see everybody again. As you can tell, I have a bit of a cold, but That should be okay for today. Okay, let me just switch this over to the big old face cam. Hello! Hello, hello! Hey Sparrow, this is just talking stream again. Yep, so at this exact moment, the download for Final Fantasy is going. So I don't know what's going to happen. But I will, once it's completed, I will switch over. Also, what did I just notice? Oh no. Be nice. Motherfucker. Hello? Is it working? Am I back? Yep, that's why my stream is starting. Yeah. I might not be able to keep it downloading. But, hello! How are you all doing? It's really nice to see you. I'm hoping it's actually working. I'm getting good frames. I'm not saying it, Rurik. You can keep asking. But, hello. Hi, Sunny! Oh my god, hello! I am! I was just about to start talking about it! Look, 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 look! I'm wearing it, see? For you guys, I did not update anybody because I wanted this to be a surprise. But Sunny, I actually met at PAX. And she's absolutely lovely. And in exchange for a business card and sticker. Did I give you a sticker? I don't remember if I gave you a sticker. I meant to. But yeah, she gave me this awesome Pikmin pin. Right here, see? Told you I was going to wear it. But welcome on in. It's nice to see you. I'm sorry that the first stream that you're going to have with me is where I sound like I've swallowed an orange. But, you know, what can you do about it? But hello everybody. I'm back from PAX. No sticker, but I have the card. Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant to give you stickers. But I'm glad you have the card. Why am I getting pinged? What has pinged me? I'm hoping it's working. Okay. So, I had a lot of fun at PAX. Like, a lot of fun. I met a lot of lovely people, Sunny being one of them. I also met Fiamma, which is part of my embarrassing story that I will be telling later. I got a bunch of merch. I, of course, bought a bunch of dice, which I'm going to be talking about. But yeah. Hi. It's nice to see you guys again. I know I've said that, but it is really nice. I really miss streaming. And even though I have... Thank you, Stream Elements. I am live. Sorry to whoever got an extra ping for that. But for those of you who were not able to attend PAX, I didn't get to give out... Oh, that's where that went. Shit. I didn't get to give out a lot of these. Hello! Hello, Joker. Can you hear me? Everything's good? Yeah, I didn't get to give out a lot of these, but I have these lovely stickers. Video isn't loading, but chat works for me. It's all fine on my end. Everything's all good for Waffle. PAX is an event. PAX is an event. PAX is a streaming and gaming event. Holy crap, that got loud in my ears. Let me know if you guys need me to turn it up for you. I can do that. Melbourne was the city. So I flew down, because I live in Sydney. And I flew down to Melbourne for a week. So that's why I was unable to do stream. Because I did not have any ability to do so. I got this lovely little apartment for a week. It was a nice enough place. Did have a few moments where I was like 95% sure I'd broken something, but no, as it turns out, they just didn't fix it before I arrived. And so I'm sitting there like, oh my god, I'm gonna get charged for this. And then I tell them, because of course I tell them. You know, I'm not gonna let some poor bastard get, you know, reamed by the next Karen that walks in. So I tell them and they're like, oh no, that happened in the last guy. I'm like, all that anxiety for nothing? Other streamers work fine for me? Weird. I'm so sorry, Joker. I don't understand. Have you tried reloading Twitch? Actually, can you hear me? Like, yeah, that's a good question. Hear me, or it's just not loading? I'll stop addressing questions to Joker if he can't actually hear me. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it was a funny moment. I'll be honest. I was like, oh, okay. They thanked me for coming forward about it and not being a total bitch, but skill issue. Oh no. She sells seashells by the seashore with Woodchuck the woodchuck who chucks wood. Nice try. There we go, I can hear you now. Awesome! Excuse me for a moment, because my light just fell down. And now I just knocked out my other monitor. There we go. That's fine. But, Rurik, I do tongue twisters to warm up for stream, so not gonna be too bad there. And of course an ad, I'm sorry. I can't control that for some reason. It just decides, you know what? Even though I did not schedule that ad, it has gone. I always thought that was just you going crazy, not prep. Sparrow does tongue twisters. Look, I have a lot of anxiety when I'm talking. Sorry I can't stay long. I'm off to my birthday dinner. Oh my god, happy birthday! Thank you for coming in. I hope you have a lovely time. And do feel free to come in and join the Discord so everyone can say happy birthday to you there. Have a lovely stream and it's great to see you all again. It's lovely to see you too. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. But yeah, no, I do tongue twisters to warm up for stream because I have quite a lot of anxiety about tripping over my words. So that is one of the ways I assuage that anxiety, by just talking bullshit for like 5 minutes. Unfortunately, it has not helped clear anything. I'm watching 3 of 5 ads. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't do anything about it either. 4 of 5. I'm so sorry. Damn, we joke about this happening on YouTube and it's just happening on Twitch. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys have seen this on Twitter, but some partners are being offered ludicrous amounts of money to run like 7 minutes of ads an hour. Like, you could pay your mortgage with that kind of money. And it's like, anyone that doesn't take that, like, oh, I respect my community too much. Bitch, get the money. If you need the money, get the money. Anyone that supports you is going to be happy with that. You know? These ads are atrocious. No, I know. I don't know why it played them. It shouldn't have, but apparently the next one won't start for 27 minutes at least. So we've got that going for us. But yeah, so shall I fill you in on what happened? Let's start with, I hate flying. I really do. Nice, ads. And all I hear is Sparrow going, bitch! No, that's fair. Apparently they are also doing a program right now focusing on non-gaming streams. Weird. I wonder why. I mean, they probably get more views from just chattings and like adventure streams at this point, but gaming seems to be quite a big part of Twitch. I'm surprised that they're not emphasizing it. But yeah. Just to go back to what I was talking about, flying terrifies me. It is one of my deepest fears. So the fact that I flew down to Melbourne and only cried like once, very impressive. And I actually give a bit of a shout out here. There was this lovely flight attendant named Olivia. on Rex Airlines, and she was absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. I basically said, hey, I'm a bit nervous about this flight. And she makes some jokes, calmed me down, and basically looked after me that whole flight. Like, told me, hey, we've heard there's going to be a little bit of turbulence coming up. Don't worry. Nothing bad, but just be aware of it. She had the other flight attendants come and check on me. They gave me snacks and drinks. It was so sweet. It was honestly so sweet. But the sweetest thing was when I was flying back on Rex Airlines, I got her as my flight cabin leader again, and she remembered me and told this new crew to look out for me without me having to say anything. So I got extra shit on that flight too. It was just the sweetest thing. Absolutely the sweetest thing. Twitch wants to be a TV network so bad. Well, if this is no longer a place for streamers, then we'll figure out somewhere else to go. I don't really want to leave Twitch because I'm having fun with it, but if they don't want us here, then we'll figure something else out. We're adaptable. We're clever. But yeah, I met so many cool people at PAX. I really did. I met the creators of a couple of games, which I have here. I don't know if they've been watching, but can you guys see this? Orc Duel. So this is what was the actual game? So this is a side game created. Oh, I fucked up my resolution. Hold on. Whoopsie daisy. Where are you? Let's sharpen that back up. Okay, there we go. I'm back in perfect HD. But yeah, so I met the guys that invented this, and they do something else. Something really fun, and I've forgotten the name of it because I'm a total space case. But I got introduced to this game by this guy, and he taught me how to play it, and it was so fun. It was so fun. So if I ever meet any of you, I'm going to play this game with you guys, because it's really quick, and it's fucking devious, and I love it. I also have another card game. I will give you proper links for all of this shit, and I will say this is not sponsored. They did not sponsor me for this. I just liked their shit when I was at PAX, and wanted to talk to you guys about it because you guys might find it enjoyable. I also got this, and I don't... Yeah, there we go. Kitsunado. Another card game. This one was on Kickstarter, and it actually got funded the weekend that we were at PAX. Because I've met them on the Saturday, and they were 75%. By the end of PAX, they'd gotten over 103% of their goal fulfilled. And I'm just sitting there like, goddamn, okay. So, absolutely beautiful card sets. And interesting game design. So I'm intrigued to try and play it with someone. I'm going to try and find people to play it with. I wanted to play it with a bunch of friends, but I was absolutely exhausted after PAX the first day. So I basically just crashed out and died for like 2 days before I flew home. I was so dead. I met up with some real life friends. I met up with my moderator Bailey and Serena. They're absolutely lovely in person. It was so weird. It was so weird. The first thing Bailey says to me, because we've known each other for a while now online, over a year, but we've never met in person. And the first thing he fucking says to me at this place called Fortress in Melbourne is, "Real." The fucking lady behind him in the bar just snorts, like ugly snorts. It was so funny. But I got it because it is really weird. He was real. He was my friend and he was in front of me, and it was so strange. Absolutely loved it though. I did post some pictures on my Instagram. I will be posting some more here and there. Gonna be focusing on trying to build that up a little bit, but had a bit of stuff going on. They do something fun. Is that a euphemism? No. Oh, it's gonna bug me now. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up. Because it's a really cool game, and I would love to be able to talk about it. and I could tell you about it. Oh. Rain Absolute. That's it. That's the name of it. Oh, it closed. Can I just look up Rain Absolute? Yeah, there we go. So this is a smaller form almost of the Rain Absolute game that they're developing. And I had an absolute blast playing it, probably because he let me win. And he says he didn't, but he did. He so did. And we had this hilarious moment where I was sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I am 95% sure this guy is letting me win. And I don't know if it's because he wants me to like the game or he lets everybody win. You know what I mean? Just so that they enjoy the experience. But it was really fun. Actually, one of the first businesses I gave my card to, which was really cool. Nah, Bailey. Okay, hold on. I mean, you were in Fortress. The lady at the bar has probably seen the same interactions many, many times. True, true. Also, has anyone here been to Fortress? Because holy shit. Like, I need to go back. They had this streamer pod, and if it hadn't been booked out for PAX, I would have streamed from there. I would have 100% streamed from there. That would have been so cool. And apparently they're opening one in Sydney, which will be very interesting. So if the stream quality of my setup suddenly upgrades, that's why I will go over there and stream once because it's expensive, but it would be really cool. Yeah, I met so many cool people and a lot of their names blur together, but I remember each of their faces very vividly. Nah, Bailey isn't real, he's just a simulation. Then we're all living in a simulation? Oh god, no. Why? Yeah, meeting internet friends IRL is wild. Yeah, it's weird. It's also, you have to come to terms with the fact that they have a physical presence, because when they're online, they have a virtual presence, but it doesn't take up any space, because you can close that down, you can just take it away. Not that I've ever done that, but a physical presence is quite different. And honestly, those two were so cute. Absolutely so cute. I fucking loved them. I met some of the lovely people, but I don't know if they want me to talk about them on stream, so I'm not going to. But I did hang out with them, and they're absolutely lovely. I can't wait to meet them again. I'm guessing you guys are all kind of hyped to hear about the embarrassing parts of my stories, which is, like, fair. I did kind of tease that. So, I met Fiamma. You know, the streamer that inspired me. You know, the streamer that I like to raid and be, like, really nice to because she's amazing. Yeah, I met her. But I didn't see her to start with. No. What happened was, I was taking a picture at this fucking Horizon Zero Dawn thing. No, I did not kiss Fiamma. That would be very inappropriate. What happened was, and I cannot tell you the utter dissonance it is to have a voice you recognize, but not immediately know it, call you Lucky to your face. So what happened was, I heard, Lucky. Lucky. And I'm like, hold on. And I turn around. Fucking Fiamma is right there with Jazz and fucking Rail and Desir. Like, all of these people that I know online and respect, and they're just standing there, like, in this semicircle around me, and my brain fucking shuts down. Like, I refer to it as blue screening. It is legit blue screening, because I was not expected, one, to be addressed as Lucky. Because, again, like, I understand that I am a streamer, but I'm not used to people calling that to my face. I'm used to hearing it online, but not to my face. The fact that she recognized my face, I fucking short-circuited. Absolutely lovely lady. Absolutely lovely. Gem of a person. She gave me some emote stickers, which are so adorable. Gave me some advice too, which was really nice. gave me some badges. And you know what I did? I'm like, oh, she's giving me stuff. She's giving me stuff. Okay, what do I have? I have business cards and stickers. Do you want some stickers? I basically just like threw these out towards these people, and I am so embarrassed because I did not faint. It was close, but I didn't. But I'm just like, I shoved these out towards them, and she took pity on me. I know she took pity on me because she just took them with a smile, and like they kept chatting with me. I actually got invited to go walking around with them. This is towards the end of the day. Unfortunately, at the time, I was starting to black out because I'd been walking all day, and my pain was starting to cut through the painkillers. So I was having these flashing kind of blackouts on the edges of my vision. So I legit said to her, you have no idea how much I would love to do that. I would love to walk around with you. But I'm like 95% sure if I don't get home in the next half hour, I'm going to die. And she's just like, chronic pain. Yep. And I had to, like, so she wandered off, and I just sat there like, I didn't get to tell her anything that I wanted to tell her. You know, I wanted to tell her, hey, you're an inspiration to me. Thank you so much for being a welcoming and wonderful, you know, streamer, and for building a community that is so welcoming and lovely. And I didn't get to say any of that because my brain short-circuited, and I went, hi, it's so nice to meet you. Do you want a business card? Did you at least hug it? No, I did not. I didn't really hug a lot of people because my immune system is kind of balked, and I didn't want to get anybody sick. I was not sick on the day, but if I picked something up, I would have been contagious pretty fucking quickly. So I didn't want to hug a lot of people. I wish I did, but that's also like, you would have to ask, and I'm sure she would have been okay with it. Oh, god damn it. I'm gonna have to stop this download. This fucking download. Why are you breaking? Why are you breaking? How close is it to done? It's like halfway. I'm gonna stop it. Don't know if that's gonna fucking help, but I am gonna quickly just put out a message on FamBam just to let people know. Is anyone downloading? Okay, there we go. So hopefully, as long as I don't do that, it should be fine. The anxiety that comes from being an introvert makes it very hard to say things we want to say. And why? So we can ponder what we didn't at like 4 AM. Yeah, pretty much. It's fucking mental, man. And like, what I wanted to do, because I apologized in her Discord afterwards, like, I am so sorry. I was a complete idiot and a complete wreck. But I didn't really get to tell her a lot of what I wanted to tell her, and I didn't want to DM her because I didn't want to come across as creepy, even though I didn't think I would be. I didn't want to, I don't know, inconvenience her? I wouldn't find it inconveniencing, but I don't know how she would find it. So I don't want to cross that line, you know what I mean? Introvert panic reactions, been there, done that, yeah. Yeah. Oh, why am I being added? That's not important now. But yeah, so that was fun. Absolutely dumb as shit I've done. And I'm hoping I will find a chance to actually talk to Fiamma again. I don't know if I will, but she's amazing. And, yeah. What happened? Oh, yeah, I just my brain shut down. It was so sad. Like, because afterwards I was immediately filled with like regret, like, oh, I should have gone with her. And then I took like 2 steps and then I'm like, I would not have lasted. I didn't have my pedometer with me, but looking at what Rel's pedometer was, because they shared theirs, they were at the con about the same time I was and left a little bit after me. They had racked up 22,000 steps. I was walking for pretty much all of the day. So, honestly, it's a surprise. It's like a good thing my body didn't give out before that, honestly. But yeah, it was quite a moment of like, I wish I'd been able to tell her, you know, how much what she does inspired me. But there's always like next year, because next year PAX is going to be on again, and maybe I'll get the chance to meet her then. And maybe this time my brain won't short circuit and I won't blue screen like a fucking moron. Can we all take bets on whether or not that's going to happen? Because I'm like 95% sure it's going to happen again. Also, check out how many followers I have. I have 66. Look at that lovely number. If you guys want to see me suffer through Elden Ring, get that to 100. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I don't know how the fuck it works, but this is also going on YouTube at some point when I get my schedule together. I did meet up with some pretty interesting people. Ring that bell, indeed. 3 more till 69. Nice. Yeah, so I've mentioned before on stream that I want to try and do a D&D stream at some point in the future. That is a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, because now I have an idea of how to do it, and I have a brand new map making software brain, a new map making software, and a sound forge kind of software. These are Arkenforge and Sirenscape, by the way, for anyone that is interested. And so that would allow me to actually do a lot of map work and a lot of music without having to worry about being copyrighted. So I now have to put together a D&D group. And speaking of D&D, need 50 subs by the end of the month. Oh yeah, for the KFC dating sim. Yes. Yes. I was gracious. I extended it to the end of October. I originally made it to the end of September. I was nice and extended it to the end of October. They have soundboards and custom soundboards you can use for D&D chat. Yeah, they do. It's amazing. Or 100 subs to get a surprise guest on. Yes. So they can suffer with me. But yeah, I will hopefully be, how to get the KFC stream. That'll be 1 electric bill, please. Look. I mean, I did set the goal, but it's up to you if we meet it. Also, can I just say thank you to everybody? Because I got my first Twitch payout. What the fuck? I made money off Twitch. What the fuck? And that was so cool, but what the fuck? But thank you. I really do appreciate it. It makes that dream of maybe getting to the point where I can sustain myself off of Twitch that much closer. And I'm not putting any pressure on anybody, but that would be the dream, to be able to sustain myself off of Twitch. You made money off of Rurik? No, not just off Rurik. I really appreciate what Rurik did. Holy shit. But there were a lot of other people that did donate as well, and I really do appreciate it. Like, not to diminish here, but I think everybody who helped out should get credit as well, you know? But yeah, it would be so cool to be self-sufficient on Twitch, like to be able to sustain myself on Twitch and be able to do the things I want to do, because then once I do that, once my living is made off of Twitch, I can reduce hours at work and do more Twitch. Well, if I'm not dead, you know what I mean? But yeah, there is a possibility of a D&D stream coming, not like in the next month or two, but when I find some players. I have some in mind. But when I find some players that are willing to be on camera and run through my channel with me. Is there a way to turn Twitch payouts to Twitch credits so I can simp and stream? I don't know. I don't know. You could just transfer the money, I guess. Just like transfer it. So I think Twitch payouts happen monthly. I don't know for sure. It's the first one I've ever gotten. So you could take the money that you get from Twitch and then immediately use it to buy subscriptions. Just saying. But yeah, it has been a day. My brain is a little bit fucked right now. I'm really sorry. I have been working all day and I had a very interesting encounter at work. I have to hydrate because otherwise I'm going to have no voice tomorrow. No simping allowed. Look, rich simps are allowed. Rich simps are allowed. Because if you want to pay me to say weird shit in my chat, go ahead. To an extent. Let's immediately put a caveat on that. To an extent. But if you guys, you know, if that is something somebody wants to do to finance my life, go ahead. Yeah, but if I get 1,000 bits, 10,000 bits, don't know. I want to be like, just let me give those 10,000 bits to somebody else. And it just takes some time. It just would. You can do it, but it'll take time. But I see what you mean. I do. But yeah, I met the creator of another system. A new D&D system. Oh, okay. Fragged Aeternum. And this is really interesting because it's Bloodborne inspired. And the player characters in this are immortal. Oh, gosh. Ad will start in 5 minutes. I can't do anything about it. I probably could, but I'm not going to try and dig through my settings at the moment. But yeah, your player characters in this are immortal. And that would be quite the challenge for DM, except they can die, and they can become corrupted. And they've got to fight against mysterious, deadly creatures in a Victorian-era city. Well, not era. But Bloodborne is already D&D inspired. Yeah, it's a circle of inspiration. Indeed. They can't die, but they, like, also can. So their souls live on, and they can be reincarnated. Like, literally reformed, like, a day or two later. But their bodies are mortal, their souls are not. But each time they resurrect, there's a chance they can be corrupted, and their corruption will grow and grow until they fall. And there's this amazing bit in here, and it's because they do little snapshots of like in-game stuff, and I feel called out by that caveat. Okay, if you feel called out by that caveat, then you should be very careful about what you post. Inspiration is also a what in D&D? If you're referring to something I said, fucking no idea, man. Just, it is literally just a, got nothing. But yeah, it's a very interesting system because what the event I was talking about is they're going to fight like this demon thing, right? But the body is mortal and thus susceptible to fear. And what happens is the character's like, I can't die, but I know those signs. And the body has a heart attack. And as part of this, you can become a spectre after you die for about like a minute, as long as there's other players around you. And it's like literally, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to kill this thing as a spectre, as the body just dies from fear. And I'm just like, that is so cool. It's written really well, but yeah. So, we might be seeing some of this on stream at some point. Depending on if I can understand the rules for it. It's a little bit different to D&D. Insofar that it doesn't have classes per se. It has traits and features that you can take and use. It's a very customizable character kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to kind of I haven't had a chance to go fully through the rulebook yet because that is a source book. So it doesn't give me all of the rules, but I do have access to the core rulebook, which should be really good. Huh. But yeah. I have a lot of dumb shit from PAX, and it was great. It was great fun. I would switch over to Final Fantasy, but it's not finished downloading, and I had to stop the download because, you know, my stream is not successful enough to hold on to it. So it's going to be a short Just Chatting stream tonight, I think. You know what else is mortal? Chickens. A D&D beast tamer once tamed 100 chickens. Cue the chicken mancer! That would be pretty funny, not gonna lie. Huh. But yeah, how is everybody? I haven't had a chance to chat to everybody in a while, so it's nice to see you all, and I'd like to hear how you're doing. The chicken mancer, the chancer. Better than the chicken kicker. Sounds like a DC supervillain. Yeah, a little bit. Fucking hair is all over the place. Also, you can see it's like it's washed out something fierce. It was a beautiful red when I went down to Melbourne, but it also washes out like nobody's fucking business. Well, I volunteered for the Lifeline book fair today. It was good, but so sore now. Oof. I mean, good on you for volunteering, but yeah, no, and volunteer events are exhausting because you give so, like, not only are you giving time, but you're giving a lot to deal in, like, retail work is super exhausting. Sore even, yeah. Perhaps there's Kite Man villain in DC. Oh no, Joker, you have COVID? I'm so sorry to hear that. Right, I remember, you mentioned it. I'm sorry. My brain is like 2 potato chips, like, strung together with string at this point, so do give me a bit of leeway. But I'm very sorry to hear that, and you've been stuck in the ads. I'm so sorry. You know how you could get around those ads? I mean, I was just volunteering for setup, so didn't have to interact with customers. But unpacking boxes of books, my weak, fleshy body was not prepared for repetitive physical labor. That is why I don't do it. I know better. Oh my god, there's 4 ads. This is atrocious. I'm so sorry. I really am. I can't control it. I'm good. So it's not my first rodeo with COVID. Lol, this is my second time getting... You know what? I've never had COVID. And it's really weird. Because my family has had COVID. Like, everybody in my family has had COVID. Except me. And I was in the house when they were isolating. Thank you so much for the gift sub. But not for Joker. You... Enjoy your new emotes. And your shiny new badge. Thank you though, Rurik, for the gift sub. Appreciate it. Jokes. It's because I called out Rurik in his stream. Lol. Not much I can do, I'm afraid. Just wanted to call out Joker. But yeah, it has been a day. What I was talking about, COVID, right. Again, I'm really sorry, my brain is really disconnected at the moment, and obviously I sound quite sick. I don't know how bad it is for you guys, but I can hear it because my ears are blocked. Sweet freedom at last. Yes, so everybody else in my family got COVID, including my dad. Which was quite terrifying because my dad has cancer. So his immune system is pretty much fucked. And he got COVID, but he's fine. And everyone else, one by one, got COVID in the house. Except me. It just skipped me for some reason. And I was certain, like, because PAX is a big, big event like a big event. It's also known, like, cons like that are also known as super spreader events. So I was like 95% certain I was going to get COVID coming back from that. And I've had like 3 or 4 rat tests. I don't have COVID. I just have the flu. That's fucking awful. You sound fine. Was us, Sparrow? Oh no, I just mean about the nasal. Like, I can hear it. So I can hear how bad my voice sounds like outside here. So I don't know how well it's being picked up by the mic. But it does sound like I've swallowed an orange. And it's like stuck here. Rogue is just mad that I called him a furry in his stream in front of his boss when he walked into the stream. Oh my god. Really? Did that actually happen? Tell me you clipped that. Tell me you clipped that. So many cases of PAX. Yeah. To us. Man, I am scatterbrained when doing 4 different things at once. What else are you doing, by the way? Like, you don't have to focus entirely on me, but what else are you doing? Honestly, it's not even noticeable. You still sound amazing. Oh, Hayden, thank you. I still can't hear the sick. Impressive. Because I can hear it. And it's also because my ears are blocked. So I can hear, like, I can hear my voice. Don't worry, my boss said the same thing separately at work before you did that. Twitch, Reddit, Genshin, Discord. Fair enough. Hold on. You give off fairy vibes. Rogue, if real life people are saying this to your face, you might have to accept the reality in this situation. Not that there's anything wrong with being a fairy. It doesn't faze me. Not my bag of tea, but doesn't. As long as everything passes the Harkness test, I don't give a shit. You guys have heard about that, right? The Harkness test? It is the funniest thing I've read on Tumblr, I swear to God. Speaking of Tumblr, I actually have another story, but Harkness test is basically, is it intelligent? Like, can it think and understand for itself? Is it of a mature enough age for its species? Can it consent meaningfully? Yes to all 3? Then, go forth. Go forth and sleep with half the universe if you want. But it was just like, that's actually a really good point. As long as it can do all 3 of those, like, does it have sentience? Is it of an appropriate age? Can it meaningfully consent? Then it's none of my business. Embrace your inner furry, Rook. Aliens can consent. Yeah. Why not? I know there's gonna appear someday in my future. In my absolute, like, years and years and years from now, when aliens have come to Earth or whatever, and like someone is going to stumble across that clip and be like, see, alien fucker. Like, for fucking ages back, I'm gonna get called out. Furry is not for me. I don't know, Rook, like, if people in real life are saying you give off furry vibes and they're in IT, you might be a furry. Just saying. And I prefer the cube rule. It is a rule for what does and does not constitute a sandwich. That does not tell you anything about consent, or whether it's, you know what? I'm gonna let that go. I'm going to choose for my mental health to let that go. Can beholders consent? Yes. They're intelligent enough to do so. Assuming that they are of age to do so. Yeah. Whether or not you want to is entirely different. But I see no reason why they couldn't. Yeah, so, had a funny moment at work today. I had to make some calls, right? And I read this thing ages and ages and ages ago on Tumblr about anxiety. And whether or not it's true, it works for me. And basically, they explained anxiety as this kind of leftover behavioral mechanism. And again, this is not backed by science, but leftover behavioral mechanism to like a fight or flight reflex. And what the gist of it was is that your brain is just afraid of very slow tigers. And Then someone did a comic afterwards, turned slow targets into quick targets with this one neat trick. And the trick is, if you clench all of the muscles in your body just for like a few seconds and then relax, it tricks your brain into thinking that you've fought and you've won, thus reducing your anxiety. So, I had to make a phone call today to a difficult client, and it's the first time I've had to really make a phone call for a difficult client and for a difficult subject, subject of money. Not for me. I'm just the go-between. But what happened was, I'm starting to get like a proper panic attack going on, and then my brain gives me in this fucking like glorious technicolor in my brain this clickbait title of turn slow targets into quick targets with this one easy trick. I'm like, I've got nothing left to lose here. I'll give it a shot. I fucking did it, and it worked. It worked. And I'm sitting there like, I don't know why that makes me mad, but it does. Because that is not what I'm taught in psychology at all. And I was just disintegrated. Shame, shame. Here lies the dust of Joker. Per the cube rule, pizza and pumpkin pie are both toast. Sponge cake is a sandwich. Hot dog is taco, and so on and so forth. Okay. No one's downloading, so I don't know why my stream keeps dying then. Hello, Zip. Welcome on in. Nice to see you. Yeah, Rurik, I don't know what that had to do with the Harkness test, but you do you. Respectable. Go ahead and spread that weird nonsense, everybody. Steak is a salad. Steak is only a salad if it's garnished with vegetables. Ye gods. Oh dear. I have a killer headache starting. This should be fun. I'm basic. Please don't fall. Please. You already fell once, and it's not gonna be fair. Okay, sorry. My light just shifted like that. I'm like, because if it goes, it's gonna knock out my camera and possibly my monitor again. And I don't know if I'll be able to fix it this time. But if I move in any way, it might knock it over. So this is going to be a very tense time. You know, just saying. Oh. That's fine. Everything's fine there. Lovely. But yeah, it was quite a weird experience for me to be able to like, you know, just have this moment of it actually fucking worked. And the way my brain chose to remember it was with Technicolor clickbait titles. Just turn slow tigers into quick tigers with just this one easy trick. How are you after work? I am well-ish. I'm dead. But I'm alive, so technically I've won the race. I am properly shattered, my dude. Absolutely exhausted. I had to do a lot of phone calls today, and while one of them was fun, the others were a little bit stressful. I actually almost had a panic attack. Thank you for welcoming. But yeah. Wait, quick question, DM. Are Tarrasques susceptible to seduction? Interesting question. Depends on how you're running them. And how I would choose to run them. In one scenario, if they are a mindless destruction machine, just an apocalypse event in motion, no. Because they wouldn't have the capacity for it. If, however, they are sentient enough to, like, if they're a clever apocalypse event, then yeah. I mean, why not? It probably wouldn't work, but there's a rare chance. I like to yes and a lot of people, though. So, like, when people do D&D with me, it's like, I like to build off of their ideas, even if it's like, for fuck's sake, are you serious? It gets me into a lot of trouble, running games for Lord Skull and Bailey. Because those two, I love them. I really do. Absolutely best friends. And I can't imagine my life without having them to annoy the fuck out of me. But for clarification, in my last session with these guys, one of them, well, actually no, both of them resurrected zombies in the middle of a port town. Just because they could. And like, yeah, I gave them the dead body to do it, because of course I did. It's a violent town, of course there's going to be dead bodies around. And again, I like to yes and my players. So what happened was I used it, but fuck. Now I have to take into account for whatever fucking combat I run that two of them have zombie armies. Will have. One of them has 3 zombies, I think, at the moment. One of them has 1. And I don't know how to deal with that, man. I don't know what to do with that. Hi from the West. So you're saying there's a chance? Well, yeah. If the Tarask was sentient, yes. It's unlikely, but there is a chance. Hello, Waffle. Welcome on in. It's nice to see you. Waffle and Zipzorps have both been here before, by the way, Rook. I know both of them. They're lovely. I actually played D&D with Waffle. He's actually in the group with Lord Skull and fucking Bailey. And he's seen this shit firsthand. Back me up, right? Lord Skull pulls a lot of bullshit, right? I can't be the only one that knows this. But I don't remember them, so they're new to me. Fair? Just saying. It's crazy stuff, right? Fucking divination wizards, man. Fuck. And we had D&D last night, right? And I was exhausted, obviously. But my character is trying to improve her demon gun. And as she's researching, she gets fucking cursed. And I don't know what the curse is going to be, because I will find out next session, next week. But we're about to go into a big fucking fight, and I just get cursed. So, if it's a really bad curse, she could die next session. And there's nothing I can do about it in the meantime. So, I'm having to come to terms with that. I just had a thought. I know how much you like Halloween. Monday stream for Halloween. I might be able to, actually. Because the 24th is my Blades in the Dark. So 31st would be free. I'd have work, but I can actually do that. Depending on if there's another game at that time. But at the moment I don't have anything. I might look into it. More D&D questions. Can you put an army of undead into a bag of holding? Technically they're not alive. I don't see why not. You would still have to do the spell to command them. But I don't see why you wouldn't be able to put them into the bag of holding. Skull might know better than that on me though. Maybe it's a helpful curse. It's never a helpful curse. It's never. The problem. Oh no. Oh, fuck. You know what? The light looks fine like that. I look fine. Oh, it's not what I wanted, but it will do. Oh well. But yeah, no. I have a feeling it's slight punishment because I made my... That has now got to move. Sorry. I made my artificer able to move so many fucking things. Like, so many fucking miles, basically. So she has feline agility. She has Misty Step as a feature. Like, so she can do it once per long rest or cast it as a spell. She has winged boots. She has fucking vortex warp now. So she just can move across this battlefield, and her gun has 150 feet of range. So there is very little that can be outside of my range in these kind of regards. But it's like, I feel like I might be getting a bit punished for that. And I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't pick up the gun. I wanted one, but I didn't pick it up. I didn't make him give it to me. Ooh, new sound alert idea. This is Halloween. Okay, so I got copyright striked for that, for Baby Shark. I actually had to remove it from the video when I was uploading it. It was so funny. Someone light the beacon. Sparrow calls for aid from Skull. I don't think he's awake, honestly. It's like 7 a.m. for him? 8 a.m.? I don't know. Yeah, he's in the UK, so he's fucking probably dead to the world. But if he is around, it'd be nice to see him. Oh gosh. Why is that freaking out? Okay, that's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing's wrong. No. This way. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so I'll probably do another hour or so, and then I'll hop off because my throat is already starting to get a bit sore. And I can't access Final Fantasies. Artificers are insane. I once seen one build knife bombs. Each bomb launches 500 knives in all directions. Each knife does 1d4 damage. That would be a bitch. He hasn't let me make any bombs yet. I want to. I just never have the opportunity because we don't get a lot of downtime. So, like, I want to, but I haven't had a chance. I have improvised bombs. Basically by getting a pouch and filling it with gunpowder and smoke. Because I wanted to draw the attention of a big fuck-off dragon. It did not go well, but we survived. But yeah. Pardon me. I am having fun playing this Artificer. New content in the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy XIV, with free trial up to level 60, including the award-winning Heavensward expansion, is so fun. Glad I can play it right now. Fuck you, Rurik. You fucking dick, man. Yeah, no. I would like to play, but I can't finish downloading the patch until later, until the end of stream. So, sorry guys. A big fuck-off dragon. My solution, build a fake female dragon and seduce the dragon. Why is your suggestion to all of this seducing it? Are you also a fairy? Maybe. Maybe the reason you call out Rurik so much for being a fairy is because you recognize. You see it in yourself. Because I'm the bard. The bard does not have to seduce people. The warlock is perfectly capable of being slutty. Like 80% of the time, I'm the bard. No, fair. I'm just saying, like, let the warlock be slutty too. Don't just... Because warlocks are charisma casters. So let them be seducing people too. Doesn't have to be the bard. You don't have to take that sacrifice. Oh, wow. My head. My brain honestly feels like I have... Yeah, okay. Net has been pretty sketchy today, apparently. That's probably why. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there we go. 10% of the time, I'm the healer or frontliner. The other 10%, I'm a necromancer. I mean, fair. Like, why not, right? Honestly, I think my next character for a campaign is going to be a rogue. And it's going to be the Soul Trinket one. The Phantom? The Phantom Rogue. It's going to be so fun. Because I'm going to be able to do a fuck ton of damage. Because that is the one thing my Artificer does not do. She's great for utility. I'm like the utility of the group at the moment because our Cleric left and our Bard has been otherwise detained. Unable to play due to certain incidents involving internet. But I can't talk about that because I don't want him to get in trouble. So, I'm going to move on. Yeah, so I'm the only one that really does a lot of utility casting in this group. So a lot of the time I'm just like slinging out haste or like what I wanted to set up last night was a glyph of warding, but with vortex wall for our rogue. So that because if we were going to get ambushed, I wanted them to be able to slam their foot down or say a command or something and trigger it and then vortex warp somewhere where these people couldn't see her. And that way she's instantly stealthed because they don't know where she went. So I would assume she gets advantage on stealth checks, like to hide. And the only reason I couldn't do it is because I was broke as shit. I didn't have the 200 grams of powdered diamond. I had 100 grams of powdered diamond because my homunculus heart broke, but I didn't have the 200, and it was so sad. I played a rogue once. I stole the king's crown and we became the most wanted in the realm. I can't help it, my character had kleptomaniac as the trait. Fair enough. I mean, rogue gotta do what a rogue gotta do. But I'm thinking I'm gonna play her quite, what's the word? I'm gonna take a lot of the, like, the tropes, like the, you know, oh yeah, edgy, edgelord kind of rogue thing, but turn them on their head a little bit. And that's not the most original idea, but I think it'd be really fun. You know, so maybe she'll be an orphan. But, you know, yeah, horrible, tragic backstory there. But she was taken in and raised by a pair of criminals who actually really adored her and looked after her. So, like, you see what I mean? That's kind of where I'm going to go for a lot of her things. Still going to make her tragic as fuck, but going to have some fun with it too. Resource management, the true enemy of RPGs. Yeah, Jesus Christ. The amount of times Skull has made me had to figure out the economy of a situation has driven me up the wall. Because I don't normally think about that sort of shit. I'm like, why are you making me do math? Why? Why are you making me do my math in this game of math and D&D? And fucking shiny rocks. How dare you? Oh, I just heard turn them on and I was like, Sparrow? Hey, it is not my fault I have to pause to breathe. But yeah, I'm gonna have that kind of, because I lost Nyx, and that was a really sad story, and I was so broken up about it. It was so good, so good. So I will probably go for a more tragic, like, she was pretty tragic. I'm still gonna go for a tragic character, but I'm gonna give her that kind of irrepressible humor, I think. She's gonna be a con artist. It's gonna be great fun. I can't say too much more in case some of the players that do it. How does she die again? She got squished by a dragon. In the final fight with the big bad evil guy. At the last second too, like the next hit he died. He attacked her like 3 times. And bite, claw, stomp. And I'm like, fuck. I mean, fair. And then, so the DM had this rule, and it had been in place long before I joined the campaign, that each time you are revivified, there's a chance that the next revivify will not work. And each time you are revivified and it succeeds, the chance increases that it won't work the next time. And Nyx had died already. She got fucking killed by a death tyrant, I believe. Just in one turn. It was so fucking ridiculous. I need to focus on con. I got to stop building glass cannons, man. Yeah, so when they tried to revivify her, they couldn't. It just didn't work. So, she was the only one that died, unfortunately. But, it was a good story. Sad, but a good story. But yeah, my first character death. But, you know, it is what it is. I was proud of her, in the end. I mean, I know that's a bit weird to say because she's a fictional character, but I was. You know, she struggled a lot in her life. She dealt with things no one should have. And in the end, she chose to die for protecting people. She chose to fight with her friends instead of running away, and it was sweet. So basically, each revivify adds disadvantage to the next, and that disadvantage compounds. So, like, if, you know, you revivify twice, you now have, like, 20% chance that the next revivify you do won't work. And that will continue to go up. As far as I'm aware, you might have to ask. That was weird. But it's a very interesting rule, and one I might adopt for mine, actually. Because it returns a lot of that, like, fear. Because if there's no guarantee that your character can come back, if they're lucky, if they're quick, you know, it makes those fights a lot more tense. It makes it a lot more like, oh shit, I could actually die. It's okay, have a necromancer and cast Raise Dead. No. You just have a zombie. The soul moves on in that sense. Like, if you're trying to say, like, a resurrection spell, the soul moves on. That's what kind of happened. If you're just saying make a zombie, that would be so mean. That would be so mean, and the player would kick your ass for it. Don't disrespect people's characters like that. Fuck you. See, Joker made the bad joke I was going to make before I could. Oh, I know, make a zombie lol. Yeah. Defiling the dead. Yep. Party's necromancer raises the body to be a new NPC. I swear, if they did that to Nyx, I would have fucking rioted. I would have. 100% I would have. Especially because she's a grave cleric. So the undead, like, to be turned into an undead, that would have been awful. It would have been vile for her. That's why. Not much I can do about it, I'm afraid. Especially now that they're going. Don't know why they keep doing that, though. The soul has passed on. Her body is just resources to me now. The now so lawful necromancer. Yeah, no. The player would riot. The not so, yeah. I was like, that's not quite right, but fair enough. Far be it for me to judge your use of language these days. Oh, man. I am absolutely exhausted. I know I've only been live for an hour, but I was really hoping I'd have Final Fantasy so I could have something else to talk about. Because I loved PAX, I really did, but I'm also having trouble thinking straight at the moment. Let me see. I can't show you my dice because it will unfocus. Necromancers are fun, they can make or break the game. Yeah. I feel really bad because one of my players really wanted to play this Necromancer build that they found, and it was really cool, like I really liked it, but I had no good way of implementing it because a lot of the power relied on having a lot of dead around, and where they were at the time just didn't make sense, so they wouldn't be able to use the features of their character until much later, and it would actively disadvantage them. And I'm like, what if I don't remember the name. Hello again. Just got home. Oh my gosh. Work was insane. I feel that. I hope you got everything done though. Like, all good and it's not going to bother you tomorrow. Wait, you leave tomorrow, don't you? Like, you drive out tomorrow? Or is that Friday? Am I getting that wrong? Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the name, Joker. But if you ask Hayden, they might. Sparrow, let me give me an idea I've done before. Okay, hit me. tomorrow. Oh man. Are you gonna be able to get any sleep before you have to drive out? Because that drive is like, bitch. I've done it. I've not driven it, but I've traveled it. It's like 12 hours. I know it's like 8 hours if you drive well, but 12 hours there, all the way. Fucking stupid. No. That's sweet. I love that you didn't think I recognized your voice. Like, what? Dude. But yeah, it was an interesting time. I really think, yeah, I'll be fine. I'm driving the first bit. Oh, fair enough. The first bit is a good bit because you're like hype for like the road trip, but after that you're like, oh, this is boring. We've listened to all the songs on our playlist, and now we're repeating them. Yeah. I had my artificer strap bombs to dead chickens en masse, put said dead bomb chickens into my bags, cast raise dead on bomb chickens, undead chickens go boom. Oof. Oof. I don't have raise dead. That's my first problem. I don't have that. And we don't have a cleric anymore, so none of us have it. God damn. I wouldn't be able to do it. What I could do, however, is I will have the ability to animate objects. I could animate bombs. That would be cool. I feel bad for saying that. Oh, the driving? Yeah. Why no race it? As an artificer, I don't fucking need it. And honestly, I don't think she gets it. She might not. Like, she might, but I don't think she gets it. I'd have to go find like a scroll or something, and then it would only work for the 24 hours. And then I would have to convince them to be on my side. Okay, going lurk mode. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Thank you for being here, Rurik. I appreciate it. By the way, you look very pretty. Thank you very much. I don't feel that way. I feel dead. I feel like a proper zombie. But I appreciate it. Thank you. It probably helps that I'm wearing a thick layer of foundation, so you can't see how pale and drawn out my features are from this flu. But animate objects is bad because bombs would have horrible mobility by themselves, not if I gave them wings. Because then they could just fly. Like little pigeons. Explosive pigeons. That's a bit weird. Anyway. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm really tired. And this flu is still kicking my ass. And I've had a full day of work. And that's what the undead chickens are for. Oh no, no. Like, Skull and Bailey can both attest, I have looked dead this week. Like, proper zombie. In the D&D games. Because I didn't bother with makeup for the D&D games that I played. Because I was just too sick. I'm like, nah. Like, I've done makeup pretty much every other time. Fuck you guys, I'm not doing it today. And I logged on and, like, there was this moment of like, oh damn. And they were really nice, but there was a good moment. Well, your personality is still the best I've ever seen. Thank you, that is very sweet. I'm just a dork, trying to have fun on the internet. Take care of yourself, gamer, that sounds horrible. Yeah. Honestly, this PAX flu, like, I got home, I technically got home Tuesday night. Wednesday, I was not feeling well. I was feeling very exhausted. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just a trip. Thursday, out. Couldn't move, couldn't get out of bed. Friday, still couldn't move, couldn't get out of bed. I was running a fever, I was sneezing, coughing, all of that fun stuff. I'm like, shit, do I have COVID? You know? Because if I have COVID, it's like, okay, I need to, because my sister works in a hospital, I need to take tests. I need to make sure that, that I don't, you know, possibly infect her. So I took the tests. I don't have COVID. I just have a really bad flu. And yeah, so Friday night, I could not speak. Legit. Like, my throat was so sore and so swollen. And like, I had the worst sinus headache I'd ever had in my life. And I'm like, I might actually be dying. Like, not even in a funny way. I was like, there was a legit moment about 1 a.m. where a coughing fit woke me up, and the, so 1 a.m. like Friday morning, A coughing fit woke me up, and then it triggered a migraine with the sinus headache. And let me tell you, 1 a.m. after being awake for so long and stuck in bed, and then having that migraine hit on top of the sinus headache, on top of the flu and the general like achiness and the sore ribs and everything, I was like, there was like a moment of clarity where like, I might actually die. I wouldn't. I'd be fine. But there was like a proper moment of fear. And then like Saturday I started to recover, and I was still really exhausted. And then Sunday I had D&D, and I really wanted to run it. And it got to about like 12, and I was starting to get that pressure across here again. A really bad, just before a sinus headache kicks off. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to have a shower. I'm going to have some meds, and I'm going to rest. And at 2 o'clock, because the game is at 3, at 2 o'clock, I'm going to let them know if I can play or not. And I was like, I can do this. And then I went to do it, sat down at my computer, had a coughing fit so bad I nearly blacked out. And I'm like, I cannot do this today. I'm really sorry. And I still feel so guilty. Even though like, yeah, no, that's fine. I'm like, but we finally had a fucking full house and nothing. And I'm not going to be able to play until not next week, the week after, because I have a Final Fantasy Go stream next Sunday at the same time, which I've done, like I've booked to kind of alternate and keep myself, physically healthy. And then Monday I went to work, and then got home and played D&D, and then collapsed into bed afterwards. Got up Tuesday, and I could sort of talk, which was nice. I could talk a little bit better, and I could see without wanting to gouge out my eyes. So, improvements. And then I had D&D, and then I went to bed and slept. And then I had work all day today, and now I'm streaming with work makeup, which I like it, but it's also not as dramatic as I kind of like. I added a little bit of shimmer, but it's not gone... It has not been as pretty as I'd hoped. And I still kind of sound quite sick. So I'm hoping that tomorrow, when I go to work, I will be able to talk clearly. And then Friday, I will just sleep until like 4 or 5 o'clock, and then get up and do stream. Like, I will try and rest most of that day. I might not be able to because I might have to go to the doctor. But the hope is that I will. Take care of yourself, gamer. That sounds horrible. Yeah, it is. Sorry if I read that before. Cute talk. Thank you. Glad you're okay today, at least. Yes, I'm very glad. This is actually the best I've felt in 5 days since I got home. And I'm still exhausted. And I don't mean to sit here and whine, but also you guys are here and you're listening to me, so thank you. Oh! Actually, that reminds me. Thank you, Stream Elements. So, I finally fixed Throne. I had to do some identity shit that wasn't working because my dumbass didn't get my license had expired, and it wasn't letting me use it. And obviously, it wouldn't let me use it. So I had to go get before the trip down to Melbourne, right? I'm like, oh shit, I don't have a license. How the fuck am I going to check into this hotel? How? What the hell am I going to do? So I go in to Service New South Wales at like 9 a.m. on a Thursday, I think. Thursday, Friday? No, it was a Friday. No. It was a fucking Tuesday, because what happened was, so 9 a.m. Tuesday. Go in. It is packed. It is fucking packed at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday. And I'm like, okay, I have to wait. There's no choice here. I need to get this thing. You should be able to use your phone and confirmation number to check in. Yes, but it also said that you needed to provide photo ID. Valid photo ID. And I didn't have that. Like, I had nothing. I don't even have a passport. So I was like, okay, I'll just go get a photo card, because I can't drive at the moment. I haven't learned because I was in an accident. and I'm having to like deal with that emotionally. And so it stopped me learning it. So I go there and I wait like an hour and a half, 2 hours, just waiting. And then I get the card. And they're like, oh yeah, so this should be out to you in about 5 to 10 days. And I'm sitting there like, please be 5, because otherwise I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it. And so she's like, oh, we can try and put a rush on it, but we can't, like, we don't print them here. They have to be printed and sent out. I'm like, okay, cool. So I asked them to put a rush on it. Got the Friday, nothing. And I'm like, fuck. Well, no. So the Thursday I called, no news. And they're like, oh yeah, no express rush has been put on this. I'm like, fuck, I fly out Tuesday. What the hell? I fly out Wednesday. What the hell am I gonna do? And what happened was, like, I'm having a proper panic attack trying to fix work and all that shit. And it arrives Friday, even though there was no rush on it. I'm like, I am so pleased. And I have the dumbest looking fucking photo. I love it. I don't look like a criminal for once, but I have photo ID now, and that's what I needed for Throne. So I fixed that up. There is a minimum thing for it, but it's not something for you guys to worry about. It's something I have to figure out. But yeah, now Throne will work. And I will put the suggestion in as well when I get a chance. Just use your streams as an ID or your business card. Well, yeah. I could not imagine trying to do that at the place I went to. They would have been like, what the fuck is Twitch? Who the fuck are you? But all my streams prove is that I'm known as Lucky Red Sparrow. Doesn't tell them anything about me. Doesn't say that I am this person with this name. I was going to take my fucking like letters, and I went looking for like 4 hours to try and find my birth certificate. I cannot find that, by the way. It seems to have grown legs and walked away. Why is that not playing anymore? I'm sorry. I thought that was something weird. Let's try this one. Oh, hold on. No, I don't know if that's copyright free. Oh gosh. Hush phone. Huh. What are you trying to play? Oh, just the background music. There we go. But yeah, it was that should be. We shouldn't run out on that one. But yeah, it was quite the tense moment, I believe. No, not important. I can deal with that later. But yeah, thankfully I got it and was able to go. And they didn't even they needed the photo ID, but I was so fucking stressed. And then I got it to fix up Throne, and I've done that, and I've fixed up all the tipping shit, so it should all work fine now. And I'm still hoping that the stand alerts work fine. I'm not asking anybody to test them, I'm just hoping that they do, because there was some issues with OBS as I opened it up. But honestly, I'm taking the win here. You know what I mean? Well, on the bright side, everything seems to have turned out fine. Yeah. And I'm not used to that, I'll be honest. I'm used to things going wrong. So when they go well, it kind of like stuns me. Does that make sense? Oh dear. Yeah, it is nice to be back. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, thank you. It is nice to be back though. It is nice to be back talking on stream. Do kind of wish I felt a bit better. And I didn't have a headache standing here, but it's nice. It's nice to be back. Be nice if I was playing Final Fantasy, but you know, that's not happening because my internet doesn't like me today. And my dumbass did not check last night before I went to bed that an update had occurred. Because why would I? Why would I over the week that I was gone? I'm an idiot. But I'm a pretty idiot, so we'll take the win. Sorry about that. So more D&D questions. Does animate objects give the objects sentience, or does it make it able to follow commands? I would say it just gives it the ability to follow commands. Not so much intelligence to be sentient. Again, I could be wrong, and we should... Someone go yell at Skull, tell him to get in here and answer D&D questions for us. Make things a lot easier. But yeah, I would rule that it just gives them... Like, depending on the target of the spell, and if it could possibly have a brain. If it could have a brain, maybe. Yeah, I could see it happening. If it couldn't, like a door, who knows? I don't think so. But a door with a lion head knocker? There's room for a brain in that. We could say the lion head knocker became sentient. It would still have to follow commands, though. Sorry about the question. No. Feel free to ask them. Like, I'm kind of struggling to think of things to talk about, I'll be honest. So I probably won't be going too much longer, because I am absolutely shattered. But please, feel free to ask all the questions you like. I have met a lot of interesting people on Twitter, actually. Divine Kate is one. I've not had a chance to check out her streams, but they seem like a lovely person on Twitter. So it's been an absolute joy kind of interacting with them. Ow. So my Discord just sent me like 4 or 5 pings, basically. I'm like, Stay away from Twitter. It's full of crazies, I tell you. Yeah, but I was on Tumblr, man. You can't get more crazy than Tumblr. The unrefined nonsense that was allowed to proliferate there. It is unhinged madness, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I'm almost nostalgic for it, not because it isn't around, because it's still thriving. It's because I don't have the opportunity to interact the same way I did. Tumblr was just full of not safe for work. There was a lot of that. There was a lot of porn. But there was a lot of funny takes as well. And there was a lot of... my personal favorite is the reoccurring meme of basically people trying to be funny and then accidentally predicting future events. And it became a thing of like Apollo with the gift of prophecy on random internet users trying to be funny. And it fucking made me laugh every time, man. And it still happens. It still fucking happens. But yeah, Tumblr was a den of insanity. And I loved it. Absolute best time. Sure, you had bad people, and sure, there was a lot of porn, but there were good people there, and funny people there, and a lot of in-between people there that were funny for 1 minute and then very problematic for the next. But yeah, I kind of miss going to it because I can't interact the same way that I used to. You know, I don't have the time, and 2, I'm a different person than I was. And so while I could be unproblematic then, now it's a constant state of, do I choose to fight this? Can anything be gained from taking a stand? Thank you for doing that as I do something serious, Rook. Also, when did you change your name? It's the internet. There's problematic people everywhere. Yes, there is. But that's good and bad, you know? And he still says he's not a furry. Even when I'm lurking, I can request Foxies. Yeah, you can. yeah, you have to decide a lot of the time what's worth fighting for. And not because the subject's not worth fighting for, but whether or not fighting for it will change anything. When you could just choose to expend your energy elsewhere. And a lot of that in Tumblr, in Twitter, and a lot of other social media apps is part of the difficulty, I think. So I don't get involved in a lot of Twitter drama. I really don't. I don't get involved in TikTok drama. I don't get involved in like Instagram drama or Tumblr drama anymore. I used to. I used to argue like non-stop about it. But I don't have that time, you know? And so Twitter drama is the absolute worst. Oh yeah, I know. Like, I heard about that whole thing with Helena, the voice actress for Bayonetta 3, right? How she was like, they're not paying me enough. They're only paying me $4,000 for all of this. What she neglected to mention was it was $4,000 a session. And so, like, for a while, it was a huge outcry. Like, how could you treat the voice of an iconic character like this? You know? And then it comes out, actually, they didn't. She had a guaranteed, like, 20 grand for her role. And she wanted more. And so that's kind of what happens. So it's like, it's always very hard to immediately take support on an issue because you don't know all the facts. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be political or anything like that. So I'm not going to be. But, okay. You all know Amaranth, right? You know what's happening with her? I'm horrified at what's happening for her. Like, everything that is happening to her. And the reactions of the internet. So, it came out that Amaranth is being abused by her husband. And it's absolutely insane. It is vile and horrific. And the amount of people on Twitter who are angry that she didn't tell people she had a husband. Instead of the fact that she's being abused and, like, assaulted by someone who is forcing her to stream. You know? There's so much anger there. And you're like, you want to scream at people because how can you do that? How can you be angry that she didn't tell you she had a husband? Fuck off. First of all, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because, let's be clear here, nobody watching Amaranth had a chance of dating Amaranth. That just wasn't going to happen. You know? So, and that's not her lying to people. That's just her not sharing her personal life because it's nobody's fucking business. Oh yeah, people be crazy about that, yeah. And it's like, I didn't know anything about Amaranth. I think somebody brought her up in my chat and I had no idea who the fuck she was, and I was told she was a hot top streamer. I'm like, all power to her. You know? She's found a thing and it works. She just gets money for it, so all power to her. I would rate her if I thought my audience would work with hers. But I don't think you guys would. So, you know, that's why it would never have happened. Also, I don't tend to rate too big channels because it gets lost in the sauce almost. People are really weird about that kind of thing. It's really strange and I don't know where it originates from. It originates in sexism. Like, if you go back and you break it down, what it is people feel possessive and entitled to know everything about somebody that they're sharing. Especially women. You're supposed to know everything you want. They're supposed to be open books, and you're not supposed to care, but you're supposed to know everything. And let me be clear, sexism hurts men too. Like, I'm not saying that it doesn't. I'm just saying that in this instance, you know, it is quite clearly sexism that is happening. And it is incels and people being weirdly possessive and creepy about it because they believed they had a right to anything that she was doing. So, I mean, if it comes out that she staged this whole thing for publicity, I don't think she did. I think it's genuine. But if it comes out that she staged the whole thing for publicity, I would still be like, yeah, but if you were being abused, that's, you know, I'm still supportive. I don't give a shit about the rest of it. You know, I would still offer help. I would still be like, yeah, okay, how can I help? I wouldn't be like, oh, she lied to me, so of course, everyone who does it must be like, I don't know. People watch Amaranth for the content and not the chance for relationship. Yes, but, from what I hear anyway, but they get possessive of that kind of content. You know, because they gave her money. Because they sent her bits and donations. She owes them that. And she doesn't. She doesn't owe anybody anything. You know, if she just stopped streaming, that would be fine, you know, for her. If she just wanted to stop streaming and never do it again, she wouldn't owe anybody who was subbed to her channel anything. Other than a, hey, I'm stopping. See ya. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that to people, but I don't know, it's a hard thing to explain. Like, if I found out you're married or getting married, I'd be happy for you. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, Sparrow, you betrayed us. Nah, honey, I'm a single Pringle. That's not happening anytime soon. But yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Honestly, it's what happened in the VTuber community as well. That kind of possessiveness is super creepy. And it's real disheartening to see so many do that. Yeah. It's also the fact that on the internet, you are anonymous. Like, you're less anonymous now because your name is linked with it and your pictures are linked with it. But because you're anonymous, you don't have to worry about immediate reactions from people around you. So, you know, what do? Like, you can be the vile person that you want to be. And that's what happens. People get possessive. Like, I've had people get possessive over me, and it's creepy. It is really creepy. Like, I've had people in my DMs that tell me that the shirts I wear are not good for me. That they would prefer that I wore something else. And I'm just sitting there like, you do not tell me anything. I do not wear clothes for you. I wear clothes for me. But they got super possessive. And I got hate mail for it. It was fucking hilarious. Oh, can probably take the fox ears off? No, I have 2 minutes left. Alright, changing topics. If I have a pack of undead wolves, so they still gain pack tactics. Yes. Are the undead wolves raised by a necromancer or raised on another, like, are they sentient in and of themselves? Because that will answer my question. That will answer your question. If they are sentient in and of... sentient in and of themselves... if they are sentient in and of themselves, yes, they would get pack tactics. That's part of what they do. If they were raised by a necromancer, they are just bodies. And thus, I wouldn't necessarily apply them the same way. You know what I mean? You know what's not good for those people? Air. Yeah. It's creepy. It is creepy how possessive people will become. And you're like, why? I don't know you. Why would you do that? But it's just... You take the good with the bad, I think. Like, I've dealt with a lot since starting to stream. And yet, I wouldn't change it because I've made a lot of good friends. And I'm going to continue making a lot of good friends. And spending time with a lot of good people, you know? So, you take the good with the bad. And that may change as I go. But, at the moment, I'm still happy. The semi-sentient for the raised dead. Raised dead usually have a sort of sentience, but not a lot of it. No, but what is the manner of their resurrection? Were they raised by a curse? Were they raised by some fell magic that kind of seeps through the earth? Were they raised by a necromancer desperate for someone to fight for them? That's how I would approach it by ruling it. I could be completely wrong. 100% I could be completely wrong. That is the cool thing about D&D. You can be wrong. Necromancer? No pack tactics. Because he's not looking for them to work together, he's looking for them to obey. And he's not... If he was in range, maybe. But they're not going to be working together, they're going to be extensions of his will. And not of their own. So I wouldn't say pack tactic supply. I could be wrong though. Happy to be wrong. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is interesting. I've met a lot of lovely people doing this. A lot of lovely people. And I wouldn't change it for the fucking world. So, a lot of that hate just rolls off. Because you just ignore it after a while. But yeah, it does get creepy. It really does. Special shout out to that one guy who DM'd me saying, "Oh, I don't really like it when girls wear red lipstick. You know, you really shouldn't do that." I'm like, cool. Thanks for the info, bro. And so the next stream I wore very obvious red lipstick. Creeps be creeping, yeah. 100%. But that's not all the people, so what can you do? But yeah. What if he's watching right now? Then he can bite me, because I blocked him. I don't care. Here's the thing, right? Oof. Oh, my hair. I don't really care what they think. You know? Like, if you're telling me that, hey, actually, the light kind of hits this makeup weird, and I don't know if you noticed that, you still look nice, but, you know, it's having this effect. That's constructive criticism. That's helpful. If you come into my chat saying, I don't like red lipstick on women, then you can fuck off. I don't care. Like, congratulations, you have an opinion. Good for you. Creeps back into chat. Welcome back, rework. What if he wants to bite you? He can try, but I have a mean right hook. Just saying. My dad was in the Navy. I can punch pretty well. And I'm not even the fighter in my family. My sister, whew, that girl can break bones. And she is scary. Oh, that's something I do. I'm very critical on makeup because I grew up with 5 aunts. Then, be careful about how you word it. Because some people will not take it well. So with me, I don't really mind. But if I'm having like a bad day, I might be like, thank you. And then just move on. Because I'm probably like, yeah, uncomfortable about it. But most of the time, I don't care. I know, yeah. I just wanted to bring it up. You know what I mean? Just to make sure. In case you wanted to wear. Because I don't want you to get... It's why I don't say anything. So what you're saying is that you have a lot of comments on my makeup that you don't tell me? Thanks. That's great. Thank you. No, not that. No, I wasn't being serious. But yeah. It is what it is. I will be starting to build up my Instagram a bit more, so if you guys are interested in following that kind of content, that will probably be starting around the next week or so, depending on if this, like, flu settles. I plan to do it, but whether or not I will is entirely up to, you know, fate. But yeah, so I'll be pushing that a little bit to try and build it. Let me put it this way. I once gave so much advice and critique all my female friends, they legitimately thought I was gay. Fair enough. You know what? I've never really been identified as gay. Which sucks, because I'm bi. Like, I clearly do not have, like, the lesbian signal. I have lesbian brain, but not the signal that lets other people know. And I don't know why. I really don't. Maybe because I just don't flirt with people. I don't know how to flirt with people. I really don't. And I don't know what to do when people flirt with me if I recognize that they're flirting with me. Because I just generally don't. Like, 95% of the time. I think I've only ever recognized when someone was flirting with me once, and it was very uncomfortable because the guy was very much in my personal space. And I didn't know him, and I didn't want him there. And I was at uni. So... that was like the only time I recognized it. And that was because the guy was being an obvious creep and put his hand on my thigh. Introverts are hard to identify. Yeah. Yeah. But that's not too bad. I like a little bit of mystery when it comes to it. I'm sorry. Ew. I have so many bots in my chat. It's great. Introverts. What are the eyes for? What did I do? Bots? What? Where? Oh, no, they're not bad bots. They're just... I checked out the viewers in chat, and like 95% is bots. It's great fun. Well, you wouldn't see all of them, but there are a couple in there. That's okay. Some of them I know to be bots. Some of them are like, I don't know if you're bots, but it's all good. Some of them are creepy, and I don't know if you're a human or not, but kudos on the name, because fuck. That reminds me of a horror story. Not creepy in a bad way, but in a like, that is a horror story. That is like a 2-sentence horror story and I'm digging it. Tell me that no. Because if they're lurkers, I'm not going to call them out. I'm not going to do that. Fuck off. Yeah, no. So if you want to lurk in here, that's perfectly fine. Normally I would have Final Fantasy going, but I don't because I was an idiot and didn't download it in time. So there's that. Hopefully. And also, I'm hoping to do something else. I don't know how interested people would be, but I might stream some... Oh boy. An ad is about to start in about 5 minutes and I can no longer snooze it. So, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But what I was thinking is Overwatch 2 came out. And I used to play a lot of Overwatch. I'm not good at Overwatch, but I used to play a lot of it. I could do a stream or two on that. If anyone would be interested in that. You know? I don't know if anybody would, but I can ask. I'll do a thing in the Discord. See if anybody would like to come and check it out. A fair warning that I will be shit at it. Especially for the first bit, but yeah. Could be fun. Could be a real blast. Everything's fine. This is fine. Why is my Discord... My Discord is sending me a lot of, like, bad notifications, and I don't know why. Alright, as a DM, how would you rule an undead that's, like, stitched together pieces of multiple monsters? Simple. Are they a hive mind? Or are they intended to be a single creature? Do you want them to be a horde? Do you want them to be a single shambling mound? If you want them to be a horde, then they're going to fight each other for movement. Single creature, then there's one brain. There's one creature. It just happens to have a lot of fucked up bodies attached to it. Does that make sense? Yeah. I love that you ask me so many D&D questions because now I won't be taken off guard when Skull does something bullshittery in my games. Which he always does. Also, has anybody in here played Blades in the Dark? Because holy shit, that game is addicting. It is so much fun. I've run a few games of it, and it is an absolute blast. And I feel like such a bitch because I'm putting these poor characters through hell. But that's what they signed up for. That's literally what they signed up for. It is in the book. So, but the latest thing that they did was very interesting. Because what they did was, instead of, well, not instead of, the score was, they had to deliver a package to enemy territory, basically, an enemy gang's territory. They'd had bad relations with this game, and, you know, were hoping that by helping their allies, it would be fine. They would have a bit of protection. But what happened was they didn't ask about the package. They didn't ask for details, because they're not the kind of smugglers that do that. What they delivered was a soul bomb. which is something I kind of homebrewed in the system, I guess, just based on what was already existed. And what exploded was hundreds of ghosts unleashed that just devoured everyone and everything in its path for like a circle around the explosion. So innocents were caught in that. And they had to deal with that. They had to deal with that, the fact that they just let that happen because they didn't ask questions. And maybe that'll change things for them. Maybe it won't. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Like, theoretically, if I put Dragon Claws on a regular zombie to give him Dragon Claw slashing attacks, I had the Artificer put Dragon Scales on my ghoul to make a Super Dragon Ghoul abomination thing. I don't see why not, if you spend enough time doing it. I would say that you'd have to maintain it, because they're not naturally part of the zombie, so you'd have to keep infusing it with necromantic energy to keep it together. But I don't see why you couldn't do that. It would just take time and research. You know what I mean? Yeah, God. That's fine. Yes. Yes. So I had a really interesting conundrum presented to me, actually, for D&D. And I can't give you too much details, because they might see this board or might be here and I don't know about them, because I've turned off that. Okay. So one of the groups that I'm running for, I'm not going to say which one, is in terrible danger. Like, legit terrible danger. They have not noticed something, and it is bad. And I don't know, like, if I let this happen, because they've had plenty of opportunities to notice it. But bye, Joker. Ruriko cannot deny his furry roots. You poor thing. But yeah, they have no idea that they are in proper danger. Oh no, ads. Yeah, I know. I know. I will wait to finish the sentence when you get back. But it's an interesting thing, because they had the chance to find out. They had a lot of chances to find out. And they failed them. And they haven't investigated them. So. 49 seconds. I hope everybody that is here and can hear me. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are drinking water and, you know, having a good relaxing time. Because you deserve it. You deserve to look after yourselves. Because you're good people. And I care about you. So please, make sure you drink water. Get some rest. Look after yourself. Okay? The world will be here tomorrow, if you need it. Don't know why I was possessed to say that. Why, it literally showed me the same ad 3 times in a row. What is this? I don't need Bosch tools. Best part is Twitch ads are personalized. Most of the time, anyway. They use a lot of personal data. That's for the furry comments! Yes, of course. The furry comments for the, were for the Bosch tools. Because you need to be industrious to be a furry. I mean, fair. Probably do. What do we? I forgot to put this here. That's okay. I'll fix that soon. Are you back with us? Have you returned, main friend? It looks like you have. Yes, lovely. So, one of my groups does not know that they are in terrible danger. Like, terrible danger. And they've had every opportunity to see it. They've had every opportunity, and they've just not chosen to look at it. They've not chosen to engage with that part of the story. So it's like, do I keep doing it? Because it is part of the story. But it's also like, they're not engaging with it. So, what do you do? So that's kind of my conundrum. I don't know how to kind of do it, because if they're not engaging with it, it seems like a bit of a rug pull to throw it at them. But it also, oh gosh. Yeah. But it also is part of the plot, so I don't know kind of what to do. Unfortunately, I can't give any more details than that, because, you know, they might be here. Because any number of my groups drop in and out of my chat all the time. Okie dokie. Well, my brain is, that's why you make sure to do multiple perceptions. I've done that! I've done that, they failed them. Or they've gotten information and just not acted on it. I was like, okay. That's fair. That's fair enough. Like, you do you. But, you know, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad. Oh well, we'll figure out what happens. I'll probably make something up in the moment and be like, oh, actually, this happens. And you have, like, a chance. Very small chance, but chance, nonetheless. Alright, my brain is hurting. And it has been 2 hours. So, we're going to find somebody to raid. And I'm pretty sure Rurik is live at the moment. Reminds me of when I watched a party do a 0 intelligence run. Yeah, fucking. I have in Waffle's party, I have 2 characters that share a single brain cell, and they just bounce it back and forth between them. And it is the funniest shit I've ever seen. Absolute blast. Yeah. But yes, let us find Rurik. Because of course I'm going to raid him while I'm live. I'll need to open this so I can... I can't. Alright. So, thank you guys so much for watching. It's lovely to be back. It's lovely to see you all. I'm sorry that today's stream didn't go as well as I'd planned. Yes, raid Rurik so I can call him a furry chat. For you, Joker. I will. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. It has been a blast, and I look forward to getting to know everybody, getting to hear about everybody. If you guys haven't already joined the Discord, do feel free to do so, because we could always use more friends. If you're interested, follow me on those various social medias, like Instagram, Twitter. I'm growing both of those. I'm trying to anyway. I am using YouTube, and we'll possibly be doing some streaming on there, but I will keep you guys updated on my Discord. So, with that said, we're going to start the raid. Thank you guys so much for watching. And, as always, remember to take your meds, drink your water, don't lick the demon you summoned, to piss off your neighbours, unless they give you proper consent. Have a good one, yeah? Look after yourselves, because they care about you, and you're worth caring about, okay? Sorry, my whole thing just stopped. So, bye!